For those of you who don't know, that's the honor of being the best man for my friend Gary's wedding. We've known each other for a long time, been best friends, 25 years. I'm honored he asked me to be his best man, and I've never seen him as happy as I have with him. He seems very happy, and I wish them both the best of luck. And thank you to everybody that came in from out of town. Glad to meet some new people, and I'm not going to tell too many stories. I'm just going to end it on a good note and say, I wish these guys the best, and congratulations.
All right, let me get ready for this one.
I thought about it for like a week.
My name is Jen, and Becky and I have been best friends, aka hetero life partners, for 25 years. That's longer than most marriages last. We are both only children too, which makes us extra special. We grew up together, pretty much as sisters. Ever since we were little, we always laughed and cracked jokes for hours and hours. And still, we laugh so hard that we cry.
In Walmart.
Yes, in Walmart. Nobody can really make me laugh as hard and as long as Becky does. Becky and I are so close that we're usually always in sync. We're on the same wavelength, going through the same stuff at the same time, even though we're not physically together. And sometimes when we are together, we can just look at each other and tell what the other person is thinking. And we've had such a special friendship for so long. And I was lucky enough to find that same kind of friendship with my husband, Scott, 10 years ago. And I could not be happier that Becky has found that special kind of bond with Gary, too. 2 years ago, Scott drove Becky and me to our 10-year Cocoa High School reunion. And we decided to reconnect with some old friends that we were never really that close with, but we thought it'd be fun to hang out with them. So my husband dropped us off at the door to park his car, and the elevator opened, and there was Gary in a full suit. And apparently Gary went to Cocoa High too, I think for like 5 minutes. I never saw him, so I don't know. 2 years, sure. So the elevator's open and there was Gary in his full suit and Becky's jaw dropped to the floor. And I went, oh no. Here we go again. Well, we all ended up by driving to the port that night for the after party, and Gary rode in our car. And apparently I told Gary on more than one occasion that he was not going to ride Becky home that night. And I vaguely remember trying to leave Gary at the port too, but that plan didn't work out either. So they exchanged phone numbers, and they were totally hooked on each other, and they started dating right after that. One great thing about Becky meeting Gary was all of the new comic material that he gave us. If you don't already know, Becky does awesome impersonations and accents, which I know Gary is such a huge fan of, too. And Becky does a great Gary impersonation, too, with a fake Southern accent, which we all used to crack up every time she did it. And I'd say, well, we might be laughing now, but just wait. You'll probably marry this country boy someday. And then we'll have to call you Becky Sue. We'll call you Becky Sue Granger. Well, Becky Sue, that day is today. And I am so glad I am here to share it with you. I know I took some warming up time, Gary, and I had my reservations about you. But now I think you're all right. Since you can cook a pretty good steak and you like a clean house, I think you're worth keeping around at least for a while. You also happen to make Becky very happy, too. She finally found someone who is just as special as she is. All joking aside, I'm truly happy for you both. And Gary, I'm sure you'll treat Becky right for many, many years to come. And just remember, if you don't treat her right, I will take you out back and beat the loving crap out of you. Serious, I'm not joking. So, Gary, I now give you my permission to go ahead and ride her on home. To Becky and Gary. Congratulations, I love you both.